Fridays, welcome to Barburner here on a Friday. It is the we're almost done with November. Can you believe it?
In the chat, it'll be a contest.
Unbelievable.
Friday is Hawaiian Shirt Day. So, if you want to, go ahead and wear a Hawaiian shirt and jeans.
And jeans.
Really waiting for this to catch on. It's been 2 years. It's a good idea.
It's not really Hawaiian, is it?
Jack occasionally wears Steelers.
Listen, there are spots in Hawaii where there's snow, so I am ready.
I saw it was snowing in Phoenix, Arizona. I mean, a little bit. But...
City of Lethbridge had some news about what's getting plowed and what isn't, too. I don't know if you saw that.
Really?
Yes. See if you can find that.
That's
I feel like getting plowed in Lethbridge is not an issue.
No. Gosh, the Windy City?
Yeah.
Great place for that.
At least of their worries down there. Whoa. What was that?
I had a sheet because these things, Pinder told me.
Oh, I thought you had a bit of
how to catch the camera. So he's got a sticky note that gives him a little shade.
Thought you had a bit of a power surge there. It is, of course, Barn Burner, a presentation of Bet365, largest sports betting platform in the world.
Whoa.
Open an account with Bet365 today. Bet on a huge range of markets. Download the app. Use the promo code
Nation.
When you sign up. Whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. I bet Bet365 has been getting a workout.
It got a workout for me in that night game yesterday.
Thanksgiving.
Ooh. Saved my day.
Oh, yeah. She would be dialed in.
She'd be a busy one yesterday for sure. So if you haven't done it, come on in.
Tight ends saved you yesterday. If you laddered up tight ends, you were laughing. It was all Jonnu Smith, all Tucker Kraft.
Jonnu Smith is just killing people.
A beast all of a sudden.
Unbelievable.
Like 8th year in the league, just some guy, and now exploding in Miami. All right.
Jonnu Smith. Well, we got a lot to do today. We got Dregs coming on. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Our NHL insider, Darren Dreger, going to join us on the Crystal Waters Insider Hotline. We got to do the Pinder Report. We have a big unveil. We've got to talk about the Chicago Bears yesterday and how not to execute.
Oh my God!
I wonder what management, a fan, like a massive Bears fan, would think of that. I'd love the.
You know what it is? I realize this is where I need to be because the last month and a half has been it's been a true test. It's like, well, here's a Hail Mary and here's a blocked kick and here's this. Right. You sure you want this? Like, you goddamn right I do. I'm in. You think you're going to scare me off? No chance.
And Dean, you weren't a front runner. You didn't jump on when they drafted Caleb. You were in when it was dark and it was not good. There we go.
Yeah, right. No, sitting there yesterday, and this is kind of how it goes. So you're watching, and if you watch the game, then you know exactly what we're talking about. If you haven't watched the game, then it's the Bears have a chance to kick a field goal to tie and send things to overtime, or they can get a touchdown and win. So they have about 31 seconds left on the clock. So as a fan, you're watching it, and this is how, in just chronologically, in almost real time, what's going through my head as I'm watching. So, you got a friggin' timeout so you can stop the clock.
But hang on, because next week they'll get an extra timeout. They didn't use it. That's how it works, right?
Yeah, they carry over.
Do they get to use it next week, Rhett? Do they get 4 in the first half?
Unbelievable. This is so good. Wild.
There's so much you could have done there that would have been better than what they did.
Anything.
It reeked of overtime. It really
did. Anything would have been better than that.
Yeah.
If you're the coach, are you sitting there going, this kid's got to learn?
I think he's too stupid.
I think the coach is complicit here. I think it's both the quarterback and the coach. Because when the quarterback isn't moving around, let's call it now. Just
the coach
this is not. Yeah.
Okay, he's a mess right now.
But shouldn't he call it right away anyway?
If you're using it, use it right away. Yes.
Yeah, 32 seconds.
If you're not,
on
get
a sack?
the 4 or 5 yards to make that field goal easier, and then immediately call your timeout. But they're just way too slow. They're not even slow to get to the line. They're just slow to get the play off.
Everything's
they're lined up for like 10 seconds before they snap it.
Yeah, they are kind of slow to get there, but for sure, everything is bad. It's all bad.
And then,
hey, you know what?
At range,
go Bears! I'm in.
After coming back,
yeah, great second half. Caleb Williams is a good player. Although there was a lot on social media made about how Shabuzi had more time in the field than the Bears offense. So that's great.
By only a matter of seconds.
Pour me a double shot of whiskey. All right.
You and JD got history?
Brown liquor season for sure. Yeah. Eberflus, though, undeterred. Oh, this is
He's a turd, yeah.
In retrospect, how should you have handled the final sequence?
Yeah, I like what we did there. Again, once it's under 7, you're gonna call timeout there, or actually under 12, and then really you don't have an option. Because it's 3rd to 4th, you got to throw it into the end zone then. So to me, it's I think we handled it the right way. I do believe that you just re-rack the play, get it in bounce, and call timeout, and that's why we held it, and didn't work out the way we wanted it to.
Yeah, didn't they? That's not how you wanted it to go.
But you said you handled it.
Yeah, that's exactly like the way we did it.
Well, 7 seconds, but then 12 really, and then you got to yeah, I like what we did.
I think a lot of Bears fans are like, he's walking home from Detroit, right? He's gonna have to hitchhike back to Chicago.
Honestly, I mean, they have a lot of interesting pieces. The O-line's not good enough. It's an exciting young quarterback. The receiving core is loaded. I didn't really get the hype that they could be good this year. You know what I mean? They're like, oh, they can make the playoff. And you're like, no, he's a rookie quarterback. That's almost impossible.
Thing is, though, if they don't get a kick blocked, and if they don't okay, so take yesterday off. You're not going to beat Detroit. They would have 2 more wins.
Totally, yeah.
Which
this is going to help you. You're going to get a better player in the draft, and you're going to get a real coach next year.
This guy's playing chess, not checkers.
Right.
This guy's playing pink slip game. That's what he's doing.
He'll be on the sidewalk looking in through the glass. Are you guys playing chess in there? I love chess. Can I? No, I can't play. Not invited.
I think he's good at checkers. I don't know what the.
Anyway, we'll have our picks coming up in a little bit.
And we did picks yesterday. How did everyone do?
1 and 2. Did a 1 and 2.
Rhett had Chicago with me, didn't he?
Yeah.
Okay, so I was 2 and 1. Rhett.
Did you nail all 3 retro? Attaboy.
Yeah, Rhett went 3-0.
Oh, Jack, you hearing footsteps?
The Jack attack.
Yeah, I went 2 and 1 because Rhett had the same picks, but he took the Bears.
Yeah.
Oh, you sneaky
Lions. They shot themselves in the foot. They should have easily covered.
Well,
yeah, they were up 16, 17, yeah.
Nothing, and they were in the red zone so many times, couldn't finish drives. Gibbs had that fumble.
And every other week, they would just pour it on. Let's get 40. Let's get 50.
Yep, totally.
Not yesterday.
The Knuckles and Sonic could have done a little better. Montgomery had a good game. Gibbs fumbled in the red zone early. They could have absolutely floored it.
A couple matters of business that I want to get taken care of here.
Let's do it.
We got Dregs coming up in a little bit.
Yeah.
But I was on the old Soch this morning, and I saw that our buddy Justin at Vina Nova. You know what today is? She's Black Friday.
Whoa!
Yeah. Blark Friday. And it's also Blark Friday over at Vina Nova. Brand new location in the Market Mall. Smutch parking. Oh, I sometimes go there just to enjoy how I can park.
Yeah, you do avoid this area because of parking. So I guess the opposite.
It's exactly.
Yeah,
exactly. I get PTSD from Marta Loop. I go to the Market Mall, just park wherever you like. You saunter in there. Brand new location at Vina Nova. And yes, deals to be had. I know we're bringing it up a little bit, but it's that time of year. I said it the other day. A month from now, it's all over. A month from now, it's too late. A month from now.
Oh, you're in jail a month from now.
You could be effed.
You're in sleeping in the basement mode if you're not careful right now in the next month.
Yeah. So get after it. You can go to Market Mall or you can go online, vinanova.com. But yes, right now, already the discounted lab-grown diamonds, which are already better than the real, stupid, dirty diamonds, additionally on sale. Help you help somebody else. I mean, do yourself a favor. We're so stupid. We put ourselves in compromising positions and bad spots. It's why did I do this? Just do it. It's for you. It's as much for you as it is for the person. The person's going to love the gift, but for you, it's just you're hitting a home run on the gift, and then it's done, and you just that was so much easier than stressing on the 23rd or whatever. But what am I going to get? Walking through a mall like an idiot.
Don't make this harder than it needs to be.
Don't make it harder than it has to be. vinanova.com. Go in store and let the experts help you. If you don't really know, that's okay. You're not supposed to know. You're dumb. You're a guy. You're like all of us. Let them help you. vinanova.com.
So we do have breaking news. I don't know if you've got the.
Whoa, hey, ho, hey, ho.
Woo!
Like good? breaking news?
I think you'll like it.
It's pretty.
I think
good
Dean will
timing.
like it. It's
really good
It's not
timing.
negative, is it?
Pardon me?
It's not sad and.
Well, it'll be sad for the person involved, but for the rest of us, we'll continue.
Barn burner.
We do have breaking news this morning.
Pay attention, Dean. There has been a coaching change in the NFL. For the first time in 100+ years, the Bears have made an in-season head coaching change, firing Matt Eberflus.
Yeah, buddies! Woo! There we go.
Perfect. Now you're going to get a real coach and a higher draft pick.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
nice. Cheers.
He's in, Rat. He's a Bears
That's
guy.
BS. This poor guy, Thanksgiving, he's going home. The idiot quarterback didn't ask for the ball and screwed it all up. Now this guy's out of a job.
Gross. He's
I'm
out.
keeping the quarterback, Rat.
Beat it.
Bad news for you there.
Beat it.
Oh,
Very
that's
nice.
perfect timing, Jack.
That quarterback better send him a check at Christmas. Say, dude, sorry.
No, everybody else on the team is like, thanks for hanging on to the ball.
Caleb, I got a steak
You were
for
ready
you,
to
buddy.
snap with
They
like
don't like him?
you were ready to
No.
snap with 12 seconds left.
They don't
Hey,
like
you waited.
Eberflus.
I don't think so.
He's been a
Why?
topic of conversation for over a month here. The manner in which they've lost games is Chargers.
So he was supposed to stop the guy in the end zone on the heave-ho with Washington.
The thing, the heave ho,
You should coach him up a bit on that. Yeah.
you can, but
Really?
it's still, that's a 1% chance. Okay, well, the blocked kick, it was yesterday was in your control. You
But
could
the quarterback
called
could have.
timeout.
But you also the quarter. You have. I'm playing the other side. I really don't give a shit if
All right, then
Eberflus-
stop being a bucket tipper. You
Yeah,
He
but
is being a
honestly, why? So the quarterback has. Hey, F it up all you want. It's all good. Like
He's a rookie. He's a first overall pick. Yes. Yes.
so you
Yes, we
can't.
can.
So I'm just saying that if they're canning him because of that, the quarterback should
No,
send
I'd
him a
say,
check at Christmas and say, oh, maybe.
Things layered on top of.
He's getting paid through 2026, Red. So he's covered for the next 2 years. He might be at Vina Nova today. Just absolutely
Yeah, he's got time to kill.
loading up.
Yeah, he's got time to kill for sure. Well, that's good news. Thank you, Jack. Thank you, Ryan.
Not
Appreciate
good
that.
news for everyone. What do you?
He's getting paid. It's not like he's.
He's going to make like $10 million to not go to work. That's the
You're
dream.
gaffa-
What are you talking
no,
about? He just won the
this
lottery.
guy has lived a life. He's been
All right.
committed to the trade. He's
Hush.
passion.
That is
Well,
Mike.
if this were the Bills, can you imagine?
We wouldn't fire coach because our coach. Wow,
Yeah, that's
there's
right. No,
been
he's
a
so
few
great.
comments.
Can we keep this clip
Changing his tune.
after he makes some bonehead play in a bonehead call in a playoff game? It'll be good. It'll be all right. Okay, so that's part of it. And another thing we need to do. There's some things that we share on the show, and some. I mean, I think we're pretty with our.
Are you
lives
comfy
and
sharing
stuff.
this? Because I've heard rumors, buddy.
No, I don't think we hide a lot. I think we tell. I mean, you saw what happened last week.
Yeah.
Old goat had a birthday and tried to fly under the radar and couldn't do it. So this is, I mean, it's big news. So wanted to share something with you. A new addition to the family. We're very excited.
Rhett?
Hello.
Hey man, just thought I'd call and check in. I heard the new arrival is there. How's everyone doing?
Yeah, we made it home. We're just sitting here together as we speak.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, that's so cool.
Yeah, pretty excited. Kind of nervous, so, to be honest, the last few days getting ready and all that, but it's better than I could have expected.
Hey, proud papa. I love it. Proud papa indeed.
Yeah, pretty proud papa. Just beautiful. Cold and purple and pale.
Cold? Purple? Boom boom. I don't think that's good at all. You should talk to someone quick.
No, it's good. It's great. It's perfect. Let's go.
Yes.
We're very proud to welcome to the family. See, it's got this mirrored kind of metallic finish to it. It's so shiny. Origin Brewing, once again, our partners, Afterburner Pale Ale. Baby, look at that.
Beautiful.
Retro. These you have to see these
I
cans.
have nothing in my. Well,
I got a few extras here. I'll have yours, Rhett, for you.
Oh, it's the wrong time of year to have Pinder taking care of beer for you. if he's the guy taking care of the warehouse of beers, this is not a good time. Afterburner Pale Ale. It's another one of those things. Hey, we decided to do a thing for the Afterbro. Yeah, that's great. Oh, so you guys have a new beer? Yeah, we did a lot for it.
We worked really hard at this.
Yeah, we worked very, very hard. But the guys and gals over at Origin who just don't stop, they keep it rolling. They've put a lot of work into this, and I guarantee they're super pumped for it, as are we. And I mean, it's we just can't say enough. Thank you to everybody at Origin, as we've now got the Barn Burner Blonde and the Afterburner Pale Ale available now. You've got the tap room and the brewery in Strathmore. You've got the new OC here in Calgary. Go get you some. Go get you some.
Exciting.
Why wouldn't you?
I love a pale ale too. Like this is Rhett. Blonde, pale ale. These are very approachable beers.
Chuck
for the holidays.
Going to tell you a bit about it. The Afterburner Pale Ale is a throwback to the traditional American pales that we all fell in love with.
Kind of did.
Yeah.
Beer is bright on the nose and on the taste buds. Using North American hops, we balanced out the malt sweetness with the perfect amount of bitterness. Low enough on ABV and strong enough on flavor, this is a beer you can drink more than one and be glad that you did.
I'm into that.
5.0% in the alcoholic department. And I look forward to getting in on some of these. Yep.
Can't wait to jam
beautiful.
On.
They do look beautiful. It's a big part of it, right? That's what we're all about. Good looks, and then
Yeah, look at us.
Yep.
Bunch of winners here.
Yep.
Why are you laughing, Jack?
Shut up, Jack.
Shut up, Jack is
Jesus
right.
Christ.
And of course, what is Origin Brewing? We've been talking about them for a while now. They feel like an OG, fifth generation family. The story is awesome. Fifth generation farming family out in Strathmore, 17,000 acres, huge, massive farmers. They do the barley, they malt it, and they decided, why don't we got all these other breweries buying our malt. Why don't we try it ourselves? And what they've done is come up with an amazing line of beer that you can enjoy in Strathmore at Spruce Park Drive, 60 Spruce Park Drive in Strathmore, or in Calgary, 943 28th Street Northeast. And of course, you go to your restaurants and a bunch of restaurants and a bunch of liquor stores. You're going to see the Homegrown and the Rockyford and, of course, the Sutter Shooters. And now Afterburner Pale Ale and Barnburner Blonde as well.
And if you don't see it in your liquor store or your favorite pub, barkeep, manager, be a full Karen. I'd like to speak to the manager.
Yeah, I'd like to. Well, no, politely, but yes.
No, snap. Do the Karen.
Just flip out. All right.
Actually, you know what? If the Karen doesn't get the beer in, don't be full Karen. Go like half Karen.
I heard a rumor that, and I see he's in the chat. Our buddy Mandeep out at BK Beaufort Liquor. We don't do free plugs, but for our buddy Mandeep, he has been an OG Origin guy in the city. Look at it!
Nobody moves more Origin.
Attaboy.
Well, deeper. You see, someone did deeper dirty on the socials the other day.
No, I didn't.
They're like, "Hey, sign up for the Jasper Pond Hockey Tournament 2025." I'm like, "Oh, that's great news that the tournament's on." And then I look at the photo, and it's like myself, RJ, Jack, hard crop. No deeper.
Oh, Darren.
Who the hell did that?
Easy.
Don't like it.
Jeez. So he's texting. He's like, "What guys? Am I in bad standing?" I said, "I have no idea what's happening here. I'm going to find me to the bottom of the case, though. Deeper, you're a boy." He's like, "I'm getting lit up in my group chat. The fellas are all over me.
Nice.
They don't believe I was there."
So you can get now again the tap room here in Calgary is open Thursday. I mean, it's limited hours, right? But this is you don't need to get it delivered. Oh, how long is it going to take? You get it from the tap room. The hours are they're a little more
Thursday through Sunday.
Yeah, Thursday through Sunday at the Calgary one, and then in Strathmore you go. We'll have the details coming up. We got to get to our buddy here, but we'll have the details for you. So thank you, Arjun. Appreciate you, of course. We go to the Insider Hotline. It's a presentation of Crystal Waters Plumbing and Heating, your crystal clear choice for all your residential plumbing and heating. Whatever's going wrong, cold weather's here. Oh, hot water's gone. Your heat's gone. These are the guys. And the thing is, they wanted to let everybody know that they have a solution for all budgets. I think sometimes you're maybe a little bit apprehensive as these guys are going to come in and I'm going to need a furnace. I'm going to need a hot water tank. I'm going to need a new garage door. I'm going to need shingles. I'm going to need new faucets in the bathroom. They have a solution for all budgets, including financing and affordable payment plans. They're ready to work with you to make sure that your home is safe. Crystal Waters Plumbing and Heating, your crystal clear choice for home comfort. 403-219-4100 and available crystalclearcalgary.com. TSN, Hockey Insider, and our buddy, Darren Dreger. Dregs, how are we doing, buddy?
Well, I'm listening to the ad from Crystal Waters, and I'm dealing with something at Lake of the Prairies. My place out there, man, I got stuff going on. It's got some in-floor heating issues, and, it was like minus 27 in Manitoba last night.
Already?
So, yeah, it's damn cold there. So, but Dougie, my neighbor, who's my site manager, this guy is tremendous. So he and his lovely wife, Lynn, are getting on a plane tomorrow morning to go to Mexico, but he's literally willing to delay that trip.
No,
just to make sure that he just said that it's it's being handled. But anytime you hear plumbing or heating, not to get too deep into this, but especially when you don't live close by, man, you're sitting there going, what is this going to cost? But I don't know. It's like a board of something and an element of some other thing. And I don't know what's going on.
Well, I'll talk to Crystal Waters. I'm not sure that's in their jurisdiction. But I mean, we could text afterwards. I got a bunch of donkeys out in Roblin.
That's
and
true.
They're not good at much, but they are actually decent humans who will help with that sort of stuff. So
you said it, man.
Okay.
Donkeys.
Yeah. Yeah, they are a bunch of donkeys out there, but they would be pumped to help you out. So we'll text them that after the show for sure. Some of them are actually kind of handy at stuff like that, which is kind of weird. Let's get into it. No games yesterday. It's nice, it's nice of the NHL for Bettman to let the NFL have their day. Otherwise, who'd be watching football?
Mom and Pop Shop. Good to see them give a little space there.
If there were any hockey games going on. I saw you on the insider trading, and I'm sure a lot of people saw it on social media. You did have some Flames news. Nice of you guys in the East to pay attention to us, little guys out here in the West. Again, it's another one of those things. It's nothing that's pressing or imminent, but the Craig Conroy and the Flames are good chance they're going to be involved in some way, shape, or form moving forward towards the deadline here.
Yeah, and look, this isn't news breaking. We've talked about it before, and everybody knows that, the Flames would like to add a centerman, but, Connie got a little more specific on the Rain Dregs podcast, which dropped yesterday, and talked about kind of the type of centerman that he's looking for. And it's a pretty age-appropriate individual, somebody who, again, is going to grow with this group, but somebody they can lock into for the next 3 to 5 years. And he's talking about a top 6 guy here. So a 1-2 center. And he realizes that that's a lofty wish list. I mean, who's parting with a piece like that that's quality? It's very, very unlikely, but you got to put your lines in the water, and he's done that. And then furthermore, you look down the path and you see the March 7th trade deadline. And, as we're talking here, we know the Calgary Flames are a top 10 team in the National Hockey League. Well, what if they don't drop? What if they're as deep into it as they are today, or they're at least, more or less a playoff lock when you get to around the 7th of March? Then what does he do? And like every general manager, even when you face the somewhat unexpected, which is, again, the Calgary Flames being where they're at the trade deadline, you feel a sense of obligation, certainly not to mortgage the future, but to bring in as much help as you can afford. So he's not willing to say he's going to be aggressive at the trade deadline. I mean, hell, it's months away. But if this team is still very much in the thick of things, then they won't mortgage the future, but they'll do everything they can to reward the group for a job well done.
We've talked about this a bunch, Dregs. Like, it's exactly what they need. How often do you see a player or an asset like that actually change hands in season? Like, is it once every 2-3 years? Like, it seems rare to give up someone 22 to 25 that's a centerman that could play in the top 6.
You know, even your older players, right? Like, and we're being very specific to center, but you know, that's why there was some shock and all when you saw Chris Kreider's name hit the speculative wire earlier this week out of the New York Rangers, and only because, you know, players like that normally aren't traded in season, but it does happen. And I think back to, you know, the deal that Buffalo and the Vegas Golden Knights made for Jack Eichel. That was not an easy deal to make, right? It wasn't. There was the uncertainty of Jack Eichel's health, the tens of millions literally guaranteed based on his contract. You know, so I kind of revisited that whole process with Kevin Adams earlier this week, and he said, you know what, truth is, McCrimmon and I were dealing on this for months. So that's when a deal like that happens in November. It's only because the seed was planted a long time ago. And I'm getting more of that in conversations that I had this week with general managers, including Conroy around the National Hockey League, is that, okay, this is what we want. Here's what we feel we need. So you just lay it out there. And you do have to be willing to talk about some of the pieces, parts, assets that you'd be able to include in a deal. He's not going to speculate on that with any of us in the media, but that's how the process starts. So it's unlikely that a player of that significance, that perfect fit for Calgary is going to land anytime soon, but they're doing okay without it. So maybe that's part of the bigger list as you get into February.
Are you buying the Kreider stuff out of New York? He just scores power play goals. He leads them in so many ways. It feels like it's almost one of those, you know, if you guys, heard his name in the rumor mill, right?
Yeah. And honestly, that's the sense of most general managers. And look, this isn't rumor related stuff here, fellas. I mean, Chris Drury literally sent out either an email or a text message. I think he started in the West and then shifted over to the East saying, okay, here are the players that I'm willing to talk about. And Jake Trouba and Chris Kreider's name are on that sheet. Well, again, Jake Trouba wasn't surprised because he went down this road, you know, at the draft. But the interesting part, of course, is that both Trouba and Kreider had to submit on July 1st their 15-team list of teams they wouldn't go to. Okay, so they did that, which means that there's better than half the league that they can be traded to. So I don't necessarily blame Chris Drury for taking this approach, but most of the managers who were willing to even exchange on it said, all right, well, this has to be a scare tactic or it's a salary dump because, you know, the Rangers have 12, 13 guys that need contract attention, free agent guys, right? And some of them are big name players like Keandre Miller. I mean, go down the list. They've got some young players.
Panarin.
Yeah. Well, Shesterkin, of course. So you can understand why Drury would want to have those conversations. I'm sure he's pissed off that general manager, other general managers leaked that information. So now you come back to Chris Kreider. And this is where the human element of it kind of bugs me as I've gotten older. I mean, Rhett, you know this. I mean, these guys are family men, right? You know, and your life matters too. I don't know if it's true or not. I heard that he and his wife, you know, are closing on a house in the very near future in New York.
That's always the bad plan, right? I hear that all the time. Guys buy a house 2 months later,
they're gone. And it's not funny because I think about it and I'm like, well, I try and put myself in that scenario, right? Christmas is coming, the holidays, they celebrated U.S. Thanksgiving yesterday, which is kickoff to Christmas. I mean, you know, they're entitled to be human beings and have a happy family time. And then all of a sudden this hits and Kreider's going, what the hell is going on here?
Wasn't Kreider didn't he have that game against Carolina last year where he in the playoffs? Am I thinking wrong? Didn't he score
he's been great.
A hat trick in the playoffs and win that game? Basically, it was one of those.
He had that
Messier.
Yeah.
Well, the question I have for you then is, who's Kreider mad at? Like you said, like Drury's doing his job.
Yeah.
There should be a level of professionalism amongst the GMs to take into consideration what you just said. Who's the F that leaked it?
Oh, I mean, we don't know that. I don't know that because I didn't break that story.
LeBron.
Look, I would actually, I think it was
LeBron
Freeman.
knows, yeah.
I
Yeah,
think
but
it was
your
Elliott.
job is to report it.
100%.
If you hear it.
Yeah.
Well,
Who's
but
who's right? Like
the night before, I knew of Trouba, but I'm like, all right, I'm just gonna. Number one, I wanted to talk to his agent Kurt Overhart first, because I had reported on this in the summer at the draft, right? And at that time, Trouba explained in detail why he didn't want to go. Again, it's a family situation, you know.
His wife's a nurse in New York, right? Like you can't.
Well,
Just,
I think she's in residency. She's going to be a doctor. And,
there you go. Okay.
you know, it was very specific to why he was accommodating in the sense he said, look, I just need to stay here for one more year.
Right.
And then let's get to next off season. You can move me wherever, you know, I prefer if you move me to this team in the West, but he wants to go West. Okay. Well, now there is a business side of it. And clearly Chris Drury didn't expect the New York Rangers to be as inconsistent as they've been for the past several weeks. So that brings us back to where we started. Is it a scare tactic? Because trades of this significance, especially with Kreider, they're tough to make in
Very
season.
hard. Yeah.
You know, top teams are cap teams, right? They're not going to break apart their roster for what Chris Drury is going to need, unless it's just simply a salary dump. And then if that's the case, does that make any sense based on what you just said, Brett? This guy's a hell of a hockey player.
that was my next question to you then. Is this Chris Drury showing some, I mean, he's done it for a little while and he was at AGM before, but is this not having been around that long? Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
Is it a bit hasty? And he's not a rookie GM, but he is. Well, he is a rookie GM. He hasn't been fired yet, but you know what I mean.
Yeah,
that's a
I'm
great
with you.
team. They've been real good for a long time. They've got the best goaltender maybe in the game. Like they go to the semifinals last year. Is this a GM realizing shortcomings or trying to push it too hard?
Yeah, well, maybe pushing too hard because his owner is breathing down his neck. You know,
Yeah.
James Dolan, that family, man, they think that the New York Rangers should win the Stanley Cup every year. And I'm okay with that. You know what? I mean, you know, this guy invests billions over the years in the logo of the New York Rangers and making that team an annual contender. But we know cyclically that's not the way it works. And as an owner, you do have to live with some of the tough times. And that's not what they're dealing with right now. What they're dealing with, in my opinion, is a blip. Yeah, maybe they're not as deep as we expected. They're certainly not in a position to go wire to wire. But make that comparison to the Oilers, went to Game 7. And they don't look anywhere close to the team that went to Game 7 last year against Florida. I mean, that's just how difficult it is to be as successful as you need to be in the National Hockey League. So I think it's a combination of things. Maybe Drury, because again of the boatload of free agents that he has to deal with, can see that window closing a little bit. Maybe he's nervous about what's going to happen with Igor Shesterkin. I mean, if Igor Shesterkin just decides one day, okay, I'm tired of this. Like I'm just tired of all of it, even though, look, he loves New York. He doesn't want to leave New York, but he's not worried about the 8th year in a contract extension versus a 7-year deal. On the open market, Igor Shesterkin's going to command whatever he wants. So I think that there's a lot of pressures that are factoring into what Drury is doing here, just from above his ownership to what he's seeing on a night in and night out basis on the ice.
The owner is really the only explanation that makes sense because, to your point, like, let's flush out a team that would like to add Chris Kreider. Well, most contenders would like a Chris Kreider. None of them have the cap space for Chris Kreider.
Correct.
And what do the Rangers want back for Chris Kreider? Probably not picks. They want to win this year.
No.
And so what contender is going to give up roster players and have to do all the cap gymnastics just to swap active players?
Yeah.
Like, the types of teams that you can make a deal with have cap space and will give you players if they're not contending. Those aren't the teams that want a Chris Kreider. Like, there's such a small list of fits, and then half the league's on a no trade. Like, I'm sorry, you're keeping them.
Yeah, and you're not wrong unless and you can't counterbank on this, the unforeseen and the unexpected. And that's a major injury that takes a key forward out of the equation for months, past the end of the regular season. So you play the game of the Vegas Golden Knights, and miraculously that player is ready to come back for the playoffs. So, but yeah, I mean, you can't count on that, but it's a constant reminder. And I kind of appreciate it but then the soft side of me doesn't, because of the reasons that we talked about earlier, the human side of this. But from a business perspective, I feel like the only thing maybe that could have and should have changed is, don't you go to Chris Kreider if you're Drury and say, look, man, I've got your list. I know at some point we talked about maybe the idea of moving you in the offseason, whatever, but I need something to juice this team. So don't be surprised if your name somehow leaks out. I hope it doesn't, but just so you're aware. And maybe that happened, but I feel like we'd know if that had happened because there was some shock and awe in that room. I know that.
Half goal a game, on pace for a fourth consecutive 35-plus goal season. Okay.
On a real good team.
On a contender, yeah. And look, I get it. Washington's surprised and they're good. You've got Carolina in their division as well with, an improved New Jersey club. Like, it's not easy, but they're still contenders, guys. They're just not.
So, not to bury the segment entirely in the New York Rangers, I think a sneaky good pickup is Kappo. And his name has been out there before, but I think Drury, again, has been big game hunting by dangling that sort of bait. I mean, second overall, 2019. But check out his ice time. Now, it's gotten better, I think, in the last 5 games or so. But his ice time would suggest that he's just not a trusted player. And I'll tell you, and you never know until these guys play full-time in the National Hockey League. When he was drafted that year, he played in the Men's World Championship as an 18-year-old for Finland. I couldn't take my eyes off this guy. Like, he was just this big, dominant, just beast of a human being, like protected the puck so well in the offensive zone, hunted the puck in the corners, could fight off checks, went to the front of the net. He was just a big, pesky Finn. That's what he was. And I think it's still there. I just think that he feels uncomfortable in that environment. He clearly hasn't earned the level of trust with the New York Rangers coaching. Now it's Laviolette. Before that, I mean, he just couldn't. It feels like he's ready for a fresh start. And I think if he gets that fresh start, you're going to see some offensive upside there.
Kind of feels like Sam Bennett, boys, doesn't it? Like,
it does.
Or Jesse Puljujarvi.
Yeah.
Well, you hope not that. That's a good point. You really hope it's not that, because he was also top 5.
A big monster that was hard to handle.
And a Finn, totally. Yeah.
A little bit.
No, that's the type of guy Connie should be honing in on, right? Someone that's fallen off the depth chart on a competitive team that can rebound in his second stop.
Maybe.
American Thanksgiving, we're past that mile marker now. And I look in the East, it kind of feels like the teams that are in are the teams we're going to see. There'll be some shuffling. I don't know who's going to really threaten, even though as we sit here today, it's a matter of 1 point, you're in, you're out. But I do wonder if that's how it's going to shake out. And then in the West, I mean, the Flames are in. Are they going to be in? The Oilers are out. I feel like they're going to get in.
Yeah.
Who else is maybe threatening it? It almost feels like we're kind of there. Less so in the West. I think there's a bit of definitely movement there, but in the East, it kind of feels like it might be buttoned up in a weird way.
It could be, but then I look at the wild card spot and you see the Rangers and you see Tampa Bay, right? Who
Boston
in there
played more than the other teams. Boston ain't out of the mix yet.
Yeah, no, not by a long shot. And that's the team that will drop for me if they drop. But who's pushing? I mean, right. Detroit, as we've talked about, needs to make the playoffs. They feel like they've got to stay competitive. Otherwise things are going to turn there in an ugly way. And in the West, you've got all sorts of possibilities and scenarios that are going to unfold. But I also think just because, and regardless of what the wild card picture tells us today, because you have so many teams that are gummed up in close proximity point-wise right now, that always puts a damper on the possibility of trades. So we can continue to speculate and talk about what this team wants and this team is looking for. And, thankfully, we do have some players in play that we can talk about. But when you're that tightly gummed up, you're a little weary about shaking things up too much, unless there's a perfect fit, and there never seems to be that.
Yeah, Flames are 3 points from leading the division, Dregs. They're also 3 points from being outside of the playoffs. It's wild. Like, it really is a tight pack.
I feel like it's kind of that way every year too, though. And then you get to the end of the year, there hasn't been a whole lot of change, but it's more on the other side. It's who's going to push one of those teams out. Can Buffalo, they're 7-3 in their last 10. Can they continue to push? I don't know if it's Detroit. I don't know that it's Philadelphia. Columbus, who the Flames will play today, will talk to us, I guess, after this game.
They're pesky though. That Columbus
I
team is
know.
a pesky group, man. They play hard for Dean Evison. They do.
Yeah.
They score too, boys. It's a dangerous team.
Yeah.
Like they're seventh in the league in goals per game. They've got some weapons. They're big. They're young.
Well, you know what I am confident saying, though, is that the Predators are not going to turn this thing around and get into the playoffs. They are now officially last in the league, which that was not on the Barry Trotz bingo card.
You saw the vote of confidence the other day, right? I think it was a report out of Nashville.
Kiss of death.
Yeah, poor Bruno. He got the vote of confidence from Barry Trotz.
Rhett has a bet with Noodles that Noodles thinks they're going to get in, and Rhett's like, it's not happening. And Rhett, you've heard him from the beginning of the year. He just doesn't like that huge chemistry shift that they made, albeit good players, but he just thinks too much too soon. Is Rhett going to be eating steak courtesy of Noodles in spring
Cheese
or
toast,
what?
Dregs.
I mean,
toast.
Cheese toast.
Yeah, like they're right now, aren't they 7 points out of a wild card spot in the West?
Yes.
23 games played.
And they've played more than the people they're chasing. It's tough.
I mean, there just isn't enough going right there. And it's not like they've had blips. I mean, this is right from puck drop at game 1 of the regular season. You know, normally by the 10-game mark, you start to see guys settle in, and they haven't even come close to that.
They're fighting in practice the other day, which I'm fine
that's
with,
good.
But well, it can be good unless it's not good. If you're fighting because you're competing and fighting because you're pissed off at each other is two different things.
They've won consecutive games once this year.
Yeah.
They had 3 in a row against some bad teams, Columbus, Chicago, and
So
Boston
does this reek of curiosity question? So we trade for and we get Huberdeau in return, and Treliving gives them the big deal, and I was like, oof, I wouldn't have done that, but whatever.
Right. Yeah.
Goes immediately from the best winger, maybe top scoring winger ever, right? Wasn't he tied or something? 115-point winger to untradeable.
Right.
Is this happening to Marchessault and Stamkos? Do you know what I mean? Like,
if
it can happen to Huberdeau and he gets this big deal, are their contracts immovable? I mean, it's probably a no move clause in there, but they might be going, F this. This is no fun. I want out of here. Like,
maybe.
Are they already like, no, nobody wants them?
Well, who wants that number?
Or is it pennies on the dollars? Or is this a Barry Trotz that signed 2 guys that can turn it around, like make it even? Yeah, didn't work out, but guess what? Like Buffalo did with Hall.
Right.
We'll pick him up. If he doesn't work out, it's $8 million and we'll trade him and get something in return.
Well, that would be the scenario that would have to kind of play itself out. And, then you're looking at, John Marchessault isn't going to Columbus or Utah, right? Like, I mean, a team's got to have the salary cap space to take on something like that, unless he's just wildly unhappy. And, then if you're Trotz and you're the Nashville Predators, the only way you're making that work is taking contracts back. And probably 1 or 2 of them aren't going to be contracts that are going to make you better. So are you just hold it? Like, I got to tell you, I'm not questioning Barry per se, but even the Philip Tomasino trade to Pittsburgh didn't register for me for what, like, I don't know what kind of player he's going to be. I watched him play minor hockey a lot. And I mean, what does that tell you? It doesn't matter. But he's just in that bracket where, are you sure you know what you've got there? You're trading away a young forward asset for draft pick, right? Like it doesn't really address anything unless you're piling up and looking to do something bigger. I mean, the term that always sticks to me is the one that Barry used when he brought in Stamkos and Marchessault, and that was serial winners, right? He wants to surround himself with serial winners. Well, what do we call them now? And it's not their fault. Like it isn't. They're the players in Nashville that they were in Vegas and in Tampa Bay. They're just leaned on differently because more is expected.
Stamkos doesn't have a center like he did. That's a big problem there.
Are they going to play him at center?
I don't know. That's not where he's been in Tampa.
No, I know, but there's been some scuttlebutt about that, and I'm like, I guess he's willing to try anything.
For clarity's sake, it's a 15-team modified no trade clause for Marchessault, and it's a full no movement clause. You can't even send Stamkos to the minors.
No.
You might have to get salary to move the guys you just paid if you wanted to move. I
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't count on
it. Anything more on the dysfunction at Edmonton? Anything new there?
I was actually a bit surprised that didn't grow more legs, and I think they actually won the next game.
Yeah,
they blasted the Rangers, I think. Yeah.
So it probably kind of, just kind of quieted things down there. No, it's exactly what it was last week, right? I mean, they're still looking for help on that back end, and it doesn't seem to be coming anytime soon. And just planning for Christmas.
Yeah.
And before that, we've got the Four Nations Faceoff roster, and
Wednesday.
Zach Hyman be on the team or off?
I wouldn't bring him this year, Dregs. What's he done this year?
No, I'm with you. Yeah, I'm with you. But
and really, like, people are saying, what's this term all about? It's like, well, you want to start building the business model, but really, there's the Olympics in a year too. The Canadian GMs want to know what the hell they're working with next year. You kind of want a ghost roster that you can take to next year's tournament.
So this one might surprise you guys, but I'll tell it as quickly as I can. But Yzerman, Mike Babcock, when they prepared for Sochi, that's coming out of Vancouver, right? They win gold in Vancouver. The golden goal was Sidney Crosby. They didn't like that team. They did not like their team in Vancouver. They thought it was flawed. They win gold. Okay, that's great. So in preparation for Sochi, they said, we don't care if we win every game 2-1. We're going to take skilled players, but they're going to be players that are super responsible defensively. And, it's kind of shaped out that way. That's exactly what Doug Armstrong and the group that's managing Canada for the Four Nations is thinking. So I say that, and I mean, Hyman's a pretty sound defensive player, but you look around, I think we could see 3 Tampa Bay Lightning players on that team.
Hagel, telling you.
Brandon Hagel. I think Anthony Seravalli is like, his DNA runs through the veins of John Cooper. So he could be your fourth line center. And then of course you've got Braden Point, right? So
he's already been named. Yeah.
Yeah. So there's 3 guys. But what if that fourth line looked like Seravalli, Tom Wilson, maybe Adam Lowry?
I'm gonna say sneak a Lowry in there, maybe.
That's a nasty line to play against their Oxes, those guys.
But I'm telling you, fellas, again, if they adhere to the script that they used in previous international events, I could see it happening. And there's going to be some people disappointed out there that certain stars aren't going to be part of it.
Yeah, if there's no Hyman or Tavares, you'll hear the fans crying. But that fourth line's way harder to play against.
Rhett won't be disappointed.
The players will be pumped because they're going to Mexico instead of staying with the
yeah. They say there's hype, but I'm not feeling it, man.
Oh,
I know I got to work next Wednesday, and normally I don't.
So you're not.
But I will
for sure.
Pump day.
I'm all right.
Yeah,
looking forward to it.
Do you get the? Okay, so we really need to let's bring some energy. We'll be excited. I know some people we're feeling that the sense out there is that maybe people aren't excited. So let's really let's help build that excitement for this. Let's
he's the producer of this.
Yeah, if it was on our network, I might, but since it's on rival networks, I'm not even sure I'm going to watch it.
There you go. Yeah, me neither, Dregs. I got so much on the go. I got this hot water tank out at Lake of the Prairies I got to take care of. I got a lot on my plate.
Got lots going on.
So busy. Yeah, so busy. You're a beauty, pal. I'll text you if you need. We'll figure some shit out there if you need to.
Don't expect your liquor cabinet to be full when you get back.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Yeah. Hey, Airbnb, only $800 a night for you, Boomer.
Yeah, that's right.
Wow. Deal.
The currency is brown liquor out there. That's how things get
How
paid.
many bottles?
No. It's clear and it's illegal.
yeah, that's tradition. Yeah. Appreciate you, Dregs. Have a good weekend, pal.
Yeah, you too, guys.
There he is, TSN Insider, our insider, Darren Dreger. On the Crystal Waters Plumbing and Heating Insider Hotline. Barn burner customers, you need a new hot water heater, AC or furnace, you'll receive discounts and upgrades up to $1,000 in value. You see what they're doing? They're making it work for you. Don't avoid an issue because you think, I can't do this. You can do this. You need to do this. Let Crystal Waters come in and get you set and take care of you. It's what they're here to do. Your crystal clear choice for home comfort. 403-219-4100, crystalclearcalgary.com.
Well, preventative maintenance, Dean. Better than
preventative maintenance. Yeah. That's what we're all about. Pelvic floor, lab-grown diamonds, crystal waters, preventative maintenance. Stay in front of it.
Body maintenance, relationship maintenance, and
Yep.
home maintenance. We're
That's right.
Get ahead of all of it. Let's go.
Correct. That is correct.
What's our beers? That liver maintenance? No.
That's preventative maintenance from having a bad time, having an off night or a sad.
It's the holiday spirits that we're really leading
social maintenance.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Preventative social maintenance. Something like
Well, and you don't want to get too much done some days, so you're preventing that.
Yeah.
You don't want to wake up feeling.
Is that a big issue you're dealing with in your life, Red? I better slow down here.
Damn it, I'm up accomplishing again. How enough of that?
Whoa.
You I can't remember if it was on the pre-show or on here. Now you, Pinder, said you had parent teacher yesterday?
Yeah, we had two of them.
How'd
Still
that-
two kids. Still two
Yeah,
twins,
still
yeah.
two kids. Yeah. How'd it go? Or more specifically, how'd half of them go?
They went well, and I'm just really sort of doing this one like. She talking about the right kid?
Yeah.
All the
she
things
confused
like these are
them.
very lovely feedback. This isn't Tanner. This isn't Cole or Hugo. This is because I don't see any of this at home.
They talked
Because I know
about
the kids got fingerprints for sure by now. Are you? Can we?
They talked about the
cross-reference?
same kid.
Yeah.
They did the same kid twice. They just
Maybe they're in separate classes though, so that makes it hard. But yeah, maybe someone else in the class. No, he's apparently just super keen and hardworking. He loves his teacher, which is a big thing. When he's invested, he'll do whatever. Yeah, it's unstoppable.
team guy.
Sometimes when he wants to be, yeah.
Team guy.
Yeah.
And now, do you do this retro? Have you got?
He doesn't
parent
believe in
teacher and
teachers.
stuff?
or
I
anything.
went to parent teachers once as we lied to
Once?
my face.
Oh.
They lied to my face, so I
Never again.
What do you mean you
Never.
lied? Like what things are you lying about? Oh yeah, he's been reading a lot. Like what do you mean?
he's doing great in school was the report. And
Then
they
the
even
report
wrote it on
card
his
shows
report card, and then we found out some other things that were going on.
Yeah.
That's keep it up.
Yeah. You know, not to get go back into it because we've talked all together really too much Nashville Predators, but because of that, you got cheese toast. There's just no way that they're gonna.
It's gonna have to be the story of the rest of
Yeah.
the season if
It's
they
the
get it.
St. Louis Blues.
Well, they kind of did last year. They had that charge at the end, but there's not a lot of signs there that.
Like I said, they won 3 in a row against some bad teams. Other than that, they haven't strung wins together. They have not won back to. But you're gonna have to absolutely win more than 1 in a row here if you're gonna get back in this thing.
23 games played, 6 regulation wins, 7 total wins, for what that's worth.
It's worth
Not
last place.
Yeah, not ideal.
I'm not gonna help in the games played column. They've already burnt a bunch. I'd love to see them at least make a run. And honestly, peak pain would really be getting so close that you just miss. that would be incredibly entertaining.
That's another team. Never picked first overall, right? They got leg one to 2.
Well,
Don't believe so.
And then it's been. Let's go. Finish dead last. Win the lottery. That's a place
who are you gonna pick?
So here's something odd. They have 1 less regulation win than the Oilers.
Well,
don't want them winning the lottery.
It's so tight, right? Like,
It is
it's
compressed.
even with that few losses, but you still have to climb too many teams.
Yeah.
Like there's too many teams between you and a player.
If they get a 5-game winning streak, rip one off, like you're right back in it. But you haven't seen anything indicating they could do that. You know what I mean?
I ripped one off, and it is not good. Bad idea. Time for the Pinder Report.
Back to you, Dean.
The Honda Ridgeline. Convenience of a 4-wheel drive pickup with the comfort and smooth ride of a sedan. It's why does he keep talking about the Ridgeline? You got to drive the Ridgeline. It's built for this. Built, B-I-L-T, for this. Practicality, comfort, nimble, sturdy, convenient, strong, powerful, agile. It's not like I'm talking about me, but I'm talking about the Honda Ridgeline.
Right.
And right now, the new 2025 Ridgeline Black Edition, you'll get a $2,000 Honda bonus, and qualified Honda owners get an additional $2,000 loyalty bonus. It's my mission to get you test driving a Honda Ridgeline.
I did. Worked for me.
Worked for you, hey?
Very happy with the Ridgeline.
I bet you are.
It looks great parked in the Marta Loop outside.
Yeah, parked right
Hey,
out
you
front.
can park on both sides of the street now. We are back open for business, baby.
Oh, yeah. One is a slant like this, and you're kind of on the sidewalk. But
They took out all the telephone poles. Wait till they get here next week. They put a new one in. Back. What? I don't know what to do.
All right, I'm going to do one of these.
Probably another, actually.
And now one of these.
Pinder.
Yes, the Pinder.
Not even kidding at all. Flames game day, fellas. What's going on over at FlamesNation? Oh, my goodness. It is indeed exactly what the headline says. An emotional matinee in Columbus. We haven't really talked about it a ton. We are literally less than 2 hours from puck drop right now at Nationwide Arena in Columbus. For the Flames, it's the second half of a 4-game road trip. They so far have an overtime point and a loss in games in Ottawa and Detroit. And it's the first of a back-to-back to close the road trip. They'll be in Pittsburgh tomorrow. As for the standings, still, again, as we noted with Dreger, if you were 3 points lower, you'd be out based on tie breaks. And if you're 3 points higher, you'd be leading your division. It's quite a tight pack in the Pacific. They've been sensational in terms of compared to expectations, work ethic, structure. Goaltending's been through the roof. Look how many games they've played, Dean. 23.
The Calgary Flames have played 20.
They've gone 20 in a row with fewer than 4 goals scored. You might want to change that against a high-flying Columbus team.
You know what that is? That's by design.
Yeah.
Because the later you get in the season, and certainly in the playoffs, you're not going to have a lot of these
Playoff hockey.
high-scoring blowouts.
It's
You got to
tough.
be comfortable, and you got to be used to and accustomed to playing in tight hockey games.
Put your head in the
One-goal
vice
game,
grip.
or you're tied in the third period. It's no big deal. We've been doing this all year. This
That's
is
right.
very smart by Husk and the coaching staff.
And
Smart.
Huberdeau, who missed the empty net the other day. That's
Yeah,
he's
put it
he's
off the
doing same
post or
thing.
miss
Yeah.
the open net.
I prove I can hit the target. I don't want to get fat and sassy and
I
lazy.
mean, I'm sure that there is, and you would know more than me, but the stat where the Flames have either been within a goal or tied. How much of this season have they spent
God, yeah.
either tied or up or down by 1 goal?
Well, when we did Afterburner the other night, it was their 5th third period comeback of the year too. So give them credit for that. When they're down late, they haven't quit. A couple of those have been 2-goal deficits. We've seen them erase a lot of third, deficits in the third and turn what looked like an ugly game, for example, the Islanders, into, oh my God, like they played their asses off, tied it and won. Wow, great. They're working, man. You cannot do anything but credit that group. They were certainly better on ice than they looked on paper before the season started. Eastern standings look like this, fellas. Let's go right there. It is sort of the bottom of the East. The Calgary Flames have faced on this road trip. Pittsburgh, second from the bottom, but look at the games played. They're actually bottom of the East. Oh, that's a horrible spot for Sid. Last, buddy. I'm sorry. They'll close out the road trip there, and you see Columbus, Ottawa, Detroit in a pack, 5, 6, 7 in that wild card chase.
Montreal, hey?
Still not turned the corner.
I mean, they've...
Now, line A skating.
That's not going to help.
The whole idea of them adding him in trade was hopefully that he'd help, but they also kind of got to pick with him and some salary eating. I don't know, man. I don't know.
Anyway,
you start looking.
Well,
at
it's
some,
not going to hurt.
Yeah, and to Rhett's point, you want to go get James Haggins? Maybe Line A is the man. I don't know. Okay, so this is going to be emotional. Let's take a look at some of the scenes from Nationwide Arena in Columbus, Ohio. There's the Johnny tribute on the arena. This is a photo from Eric Francis, who's there covering the game for the rights holders. He also got into the Columbus locker room. This one's tough, man. They still got the locker for Johnny up right next to, of course, his best pal, Sean Monahan, whose kids are 3.5 months apart. It's going to be emotional again, and it will again on Tuesday when Columbus is in Calgary and the Gaudreau family will be in attendance. 1 p.m. this aft, Black Friday matinee. Columbus lines look like this. Sorry, go ahead.
All these months later,
yeah,
and it's still
Doesn't make sense.
it's still you don't even believe it.
Yeah, I think Monahan was quoted as saying 90% of the time it just doesn't feel real. Like, what?
Yeah.
This is a bad dream, right? Like, that's tough. Let's look at the lines. What's Columbus look like? Got a few changes. Cole Sillinger was day-to-day. He's going to slide into that Yegor Chinnikov slot on the left side of the second line. Chinnikov out, nursing a minor injury. Monahan, Voronkov, and Marchenko. Been very good offensively.
I'll have you know, I just want to jump in. I was just going to say something potentially disparaging about one of these guys. I held off
out of respect for the game today.
Well, just to hopefully keep that person off the scoreboard, because that's usually what happens. Like, who the hell is this guy? Scores.
Yeah.
Boom.
Yeah.
All right. So I've
so mature.
I've kept it in. I've kept it down. I've kept it inside. You're welcome.
So mature.
Well, you're on payroll of the team now. That's what you're doing. You're just working.
It's
for
more
them.
for the fans, Flames Nation. I'm here for the people. A man of the people. You know that.
One of the surprising stat lines of the year for the Blue Jackets is who's right up there leading them in goals, or at least close to it. Beat up Matt Rempe, tough guy Matthew Olivier is having a hell of a season, fellas. Like, really impressive totals. I guess when you look at him, you're like, oh, that's an energy guy, bottom six. He'll fight 7 goals this year. He'd be leading the Flames.
Yeah, he's the total package, I guess. But yeah, he's a mean son of a gun.
10 points already for him. Well done, Mathieu.
JVR, a Blue Jacket.
Also, Kevin LeBanc, who we may have forgotten about. He was in San Jose. He came in and was on a PTO. They signed him. I think the PTO was in another team, in fact. He's playing right side of the third line or fourth line.
What he's smiling about.
I'm smiling because Jake Christensen is listed as a defenseman, and I believe I worked with Jake. Was he not part of the Flames?
He was a Hitman guy.
Was he?
They might have had him on AHL deal at some point there, I think. Yeah.
Look him
Jake.
up.
You worked with him. What? Shingles?
Yeah.
Tar and roofs?
Was he you worked so well with him you forgot he was D, or what are you talking about?
I have CTE, so I have to double check.
Oh, we all do, buddy.
Yeah.
Just double checking some stuff.
Too many shovels from Boomer. We all have CTE.
That's right.
And then the other thing of note on the blue line there, Werenski just coming off a 5-point night. Yowzers. Whew. And other lineup notes, the goalies, there's going to be a little switcheroo. Jet Greaves, come on down. Daniil Tarasov's their backup. He's got the flu, or he's not feeling well. He's puking something. Not ideal. Here's the news coming out of C-Bus. Good. It's a good name. Jet Greaves, baby.
Go ahead, Rhett.
Well, I'm going to say this, and it's going to be a bit disparaging, but Jake Christensen went to Stockton.
Yeah.
I was kind of down there a little bit that year. And we were like, this kid's a find. Like,
he's a player.
It's going to be fun. Like, he's as good a player as you got all these other guys you're talking about. And it's like, this is the guy.
Was this your assessment or the consensus?
This was my assessment,
all right.
plus the coach there at the time. And then they kind of just didn't sign him.
Yeah.
Should have listened to you. He's an NHL defenseman.
Yes.
Who's in the league? Jake Christensen.
And a defenseman is retinue too. So that's your lineup note. Sillinger comes in and Jet Greaves airlifted in to back up the contest. Tonight, other games, lots of them. We went 15 games on Wednesday, none on Thursday. Look at the Fridays. Oh,
it's a Rhett parlay right there.
Oh, it's a Bet 365 night, my friends. Look at this. Oh, mama. Rhett, you ready? Jack's got it out. He's copping you. We got a 15-legger here, 14-legger.
Okay.
Philly or New York? The Rangers. Which one?
All right, I'm going. I got it. Rangers.
Mini.
Buffalo.
Oh, hold up, Rhett. That first game's already started. It's 2-0 Philly.
Damn it! I was going to say it's the Thanksgiving game. Flyers win that thing.
Philly.
You're going to get really good odds on the Rangers. They're down 2-0, Rhett. I don't know.
Get in right now.
All right, we can't get in on Jack. Pay attention. Mini.
Oh, that is Jack. Pay attention. He literally updated you.
Jack.
Shut up. I'm talking.
Oh.
Pinder Report. Mini. Buffalo. Jersey. Washington. Carolina.
Ooh. You can say pass if you need to.
Pass. Tampa. LA. Seattle, Boston. I'm gonna go Vegas.
It's a big
I'm
game.
gonna go Dallas.
It's a big game.
And the last one I'm worried about. I don't want to
Pass. All right. So it's a 13-leg parlay. That works for me. Or 12. Yeah. You got all those,
You
Jack?
say Devils or Wings?
Devils.
For Christ's sakes, Jack.
That's way too fast.
Devils.
Come on, Jack.
Devils.
Yeah,
What's Jack doing back there?
He was just Googling.
Like one job to pay attention. I just, gee.
Arthur Smith, their offensive coordinator, is interviewing with some colleges. He's really worried they're going to lose the offensive coordinator for the Steelers here. He's just distraught over there. Yeah.
Now, Rhett, I got to ask, you passed on the Flames and Jackets. That leads me to think, I'm just using my spidey senses, that you think that might be a Jackets victory. You're maybe kind of
I'm
leaning
just
that way.
worried. I think it will be emotional.
Emotional
The
day.
Jackets score.
Yeah.
Weird start time for the Flames. They don't
start time. I can't just. Here's my biggest thing for all the games. A normal game, you have home ice advantage, and this is great. A normal game or a
Start
game
time.
after Thanksgiving, big family deal down in the States. Are you better to been in the hotel or been with the family yesterday?
Well, I was
right?
going to say, maybe instead of the parlay, do you want to go on a bet and do some money line upsets?
Oh, yeah.
Maybe the Ducks. I mean, they're at home. Take the Ducks.
I do like
Maybe-
the Ducks today.
You know what I mean? I like that Sabres versus the Canucks. I wonder about the Sharks against the Kraken.
I like the Sharks been playing really good lately. They outshot Ottawa 38-11 the other day and lost. Sharks have been sneaky good.
What would they be eating in Dallas? It feels like they'd be having a lot of greasy,
It's
maybe
not
like
gonna be
Colorado
greasy, but
there.
it's going to be heavy.
Yeah. Yeah. That might be the go.
And look at all those games, boys. 10 of them start before 1:30 Mountain. These are not normal puck drops.
Well, and thanks for the heads up, Jack, on that. Because,
Yeah,
I mean,
Jack.
you ruined our parlay.
I saved the parlay. It would be dead already.
Jack, just say sorry. Stop making
Sorry.
excuses.
Back to
Go,
you.
Jack.
Back to you, Red. All
I'll
right.
say-
Happy birthday is in order to one of our favorite Calgary Wranglers, Hunter Brstevich. Look at that. Attaboy. He's 20. Otherwise, you'd have to still be in the O. Game day today, they play the Moose, the Meese, the Mice, the Mooses. Meese. Manitoba, boys. Manitoba. There you go. Also, do you remember Ilya Nikolaev?
Hey.
See ya.
Nikolaev.
Back to Russia.
Here you go.
Third round pick in 19. He go. Mutual termination. You on waivers yesterday.
I told Conroy to trade that pick.
You didn't want him to just pick a better player.
I told him.
And you know what? He was on side too, but it was Treliving's draft. So there you have it, right?
Yeah.
Connie told him. Via
I
Boomer.
have-
Trade
I have-
this pick. It's cursed.
Trade this pick.
I like it.
You're not going to get this guy.
Bad vibes.
I do have confidence that he's learned his lessons, though.
I have confidence that Nikolaev is not going to end up being a player in this league elsewhere. Let's go to the football. Boy, there was a lot of it yesterday. Boy, there was. And the winning teams, they get the drumsticks and the turkey. Lions were winners. Congratulations. That means the Bears must have lost again. That's also correct. How rare was that screw up with the clock, though? Like, we were always asking, like, is that a normal loss? Well, in the last 30 NFL regular seasons, there's been 1,501 times a team has lost by 3 or less points in regulation. Of all those, only the Bears yesterday ran a play from inside the opponent's 30, but ultimately had time expire without even bringing out the field goal unit or using all their timeouts. Matt Eberflus, enjoy your next career.
Fired.
Yeah.
1 out of 1,501. That is incredible. Yeah! That's worse than we thought. What? I'm glad you kept that, JR.
Yeah, it is good.
Do you have the other fires? You had a bunch of them before.
Not on this
Ryan.
board. Yeah, just the one.
Well, I'll hear it again if that's all right.
Sure. I mean, if you want.
Black Friday football, we love it. It is really nice how they make it a 4-day weekend down there. I mean,
they do it right.
Hungover as shit yesterday. Today, okay, now I'm feeling better. Maybe some cocktails in the yes. Oh, we got another football game. Beauty. This is another 1:00 start. Look at all the art we got for it too. Mahomes, Max Crosby fighting over that chicken leg. Sure.
A little easier to find some Chiefs that you recognize.
Well, there's a guy you recognize that you haven't seen for all. Isaiah Pacheco is back, fellas. That is great news for a Chiefs team that only has one loss. He's back. Even Jack's doing it now. Can you give us one, Jack?
He's back.
He's back.
He's back.
Pacheco's back.
Red, who's back?
Backstreet's back.
Pacheco's back.
Pacheco's back.
Yeah, well done.
Back.
Rhett, I can't believe you're missing this.
Shoveler's back.
Shoveler's
Is
back.
Shoveler back?
That's why she's back, because she saw this coming. This is Buffalo last night. Look at this outside the stadium.
Guys, just take a look at what is happening. We are huddled behind this little shed here. I can't. This is the stadium. It's pretty bad out here.
Are they already tailgating like
They're
Sunday night
ripping
football game?
Bon Jovi for Sunday Night Football already.
That's amazing.
No, they're
That was last night.
What?
It's a full-on weekend event in the parking lot.
Come on, fellas. It's Buffalo.
It's there.
And a snowstorm's coming, baby. 18 inches tonight.
Don't, Dean. Okay, we'll move. Trevor Lawrence is going to be good to go this weekend. He plays Houston. The Jaguars sucked with him. They sucked without him. We'll see how much they suck against Houston. That might be in my football picks later. Love Thanksgiving. Love to see the Americans getting festive, friendly, thinking about what's important, and going on to the Subway and sharing delicious Thanksgiving food.
Thanks, boo. I know that's right. Got you a plate. Bye, cousins. Have fun. Bye.
They literally got a table in the Subway and just handed out Thanksgiving food all day.
That's nice.
Isn't that awesome? Thanks, boo.
Have a cold pop.
This chick is like, whoa. Love it. That was good. This is better because you can really get in the spirit here. Let's take a look.
Hey, what you cook? You cooking pizza? What? No! Hey, what is that? Bible. Turn me up, Bible. Oh, why you trying to? Yeah. Oh, look at this man. Oh, turn me up. That boy, bird on a bird. The bird on a bird. Turn me up, Bible. Let go. Rodeo. Ooh, let go. Bible. This Thanksgiving, Bible.
That's how many people are just banged up Wednesday, Thursday. Keep it going. He just gets good here.
I was going to say that.
There he goes.
That bird is banged up all right.
Yeah. You better not go now.
The face of the guy in the soul when he gets there.
Oh, look at that boy. Hurry up. Oh, what you doing? Let go. What that is? What you putting on your head?
What you putting on your head?
That boy from Memphis.
I love it.
Yeah, let go. Where you going, Bible? Oh, you better not.
Oh, no. Oh, very flexible, this guy.
Oh, I love this guy. Doesn't he start in the freezer and end up in the oven, though? This is backwards.
What you doing?
Oh, man, that was good.
I mean, truly, there's some
having fun.
The guy must do his Pilates. He's very, coming out of that
Gummy.
stove.
Yeah, flexible, limber.
Goodness gracious.
You said it. Every year you love seeing the deep fried turkey fails.
Yes.
The Daily Show has put together a lovely compilation for us to save time and scouring the internet.
Thank you, yeah.
First time frying a turkey. Stay inside, please. Stay inside.
Get inside right now.
Oh, shit.
It's on fire.
Oh, shit.
now. Kill the
Thank you, Daily Show.
Thank you, Daily Show.
Oh, tradition unlike any other. Well, it's actually kind of similar to the fireworks thing. When you think about it.
My goodness. I mean, I get we kind of cook and stuff, so we're somewhat adept at the kitchen, but some people just get out of the kitchen.
Not for everyone, Dean.
This is not your place.
It's not a place for adventures.
Holy smokes.
Some people are on cooking duty. Sometimes your partner's on presents or maybe setting up the piñata. Let's take a look because my wife does a lot of the cooking, but I'm in charge of like candy, presents, dessert, things like that. Here we go.
Right there.
I blame him.
I also blame him. Right on the tip.
That's his fault. Just the tip, but yeah.
Now, who's at fault here? This is a tough one because you got a driver involved. You got an animal. I don't know.
Jesus. Whoa. Is that a littering?
Where are we?
Where are you is right. I'm trying to. Is that a Texas plate?
Oh, good Lord.
Yeah.
Now, because it's our last show of the week, I got something a boom, something from
before you move any further,
my
credit
house.
where it's due. Is that Frank Bomb?
No, it's not.
All right, fair enough. As you were, Ryan. Back to you.
You done?
Yeah.
Okay. So Boom went to a sporting event. You didn't tell us, but we got some video. You were playing a cute little game.
I don't need to tell you everything.
I know, it's fine. You weren't telling us where you were the other weekend, but this gal totally teed you up. Here we go.
Excuse me, sir. I'll pay you $100 if I have my arm out and you duck back and forth underneath it without hitting my arm for 60 seconds.
$100.
$100.
It's on. Let's go.
What you want to do is duck underneath it like that with your eyes closed. Yeah, okay, go. So just keep it going for 60 seconds. All right, 55 seconds.
Gosh, it's embarrassing for you, Dean. I'm sorry. But you're getting $100.
I'm powerless against the ladies, against blondes. They do it to me all the time.
This khaki shorts. What are you watching? Is this basketball?
I love the hard courts.
When's he going to sneak a peek? Sure. All right, so that was Dean. Now, I was asking my wife about Christmas, and she got all... What's that? So dumb. I had it here.
Go.
So I've asked my wife for Christmas, tough to shop for, and she gave me all this attitude. What's this all about?
What do I get my girlfriend for Christmas? I don't know. I'm so lost. She has everything. Stop farting.
It's a good idea, right?
Babe, I mean...
Oh, yeah, what? And finally, the shoveler was out of town. You said she just got back, right?
Yep.
I think she was somewhere where there's subways, because check out this video.
The next train will be approaching soon. Could the customer with the juicy melons please stand away from the yellow line? That's the customer with the juicy melons. Please stand away from the yellow line, sir. Thank you very much.
You're an idiot. You love
Thank
the
you.
scripted humor.
And that is your Pinder Report on a Friday.
The next train will be approaching soon. Could the customer with the juicy melons please stand away from the yellow line? That's the customer with the juicy melons. Please stand away from the yellow line, sir.
So, Rhett, you're suggesting that
Thank you very much.
that they set that up?
I think there was a couple clips that maybe, yeah.
Is that right? You like the stupidest. Village Honda. Oh, yeah. They want to buy your used vehicle.
Damn right.
You'll get a complimentary appraisal. And if you can kind of, okay, yeah, that sounds good to me. That sounds fair. You're going to get the cash for that vehicle and a voucher for a cruise for 2. Village Honda, your dealership for life. Located in the Northwest Auto Mall. I'll tell you what, that was not me doing my hamstrings.
Yeah.
Allow it.
Okay. Sorry.
I know you tried to, kind of be clever there and look, it was me, but I mean, let's be honest.
And he's not an idiot.
That's right.
No, gosh, no. Yeah, we wouldn't suggest that.
The juicy melons.
Juicy melons. Thought Rhett would like that more. Jack really liked it.
Well, Jack's an idiot.
Yeah, Jack's
a child.
Yes.
Oh, boobs. Oh.
That's the 3 of us.
Yeah.
Oh.
I like it more of a highbrow type of a humor,
Like a man dressed in a turkey suit crawling into a
That's right, yeah. I can't believe you how to get in the stove. Very flexible, dude. Just wanted to remind you about the Origin. There it is, the Afterburner Pale Ale, the brand new beer that has been added to the Origin Brewing lineup of delicious beers. There's Mexican Lager, Barnburner Blonde, Rockyford Red.
Homegrown.
The homegrown. And this is now the Pale Ale with our beloved Afterburner logo on it.
Look how shiny it is, Rhett.
It's so shiny.
Very shiny. I don't know if Boom's lighting is doing it justice.
It's not. You can't you just you got to see it. And you got to get it. And how do you do it? Well, here's what you do.
All right.
At the OC, the Calgary location, Thursday to Saturday, noon to 8. That's the tap room, and you can go and get your merch. You can get your beers. You can sit down and have a pint. Thursday to Saturday from noon till 8. In Strathmore, a little more there for Tuesday to Wednesday, noon to 8. Thursday to Saturday, noon to 10, and then open Sundays from noon to 8.
Oh, nice.
So whatever's more convenient for you. And I have a feeling we're going to have some probably stuff coming up here to make things even more convenient for you. Hey, we're going to have something that's, here, you come on down and get the thing. Yeah. We're working on some things. But again, super pumped.
Yeah, man.
Super pumped about that.
Honestly, how many guys do you have in your life? You're like, I got to get this guy a gift. I don't know what the hell to get him. Just saying. Who doesn't like cold beer?
Going to any house parties this next month, Pinder?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You need a beer? Yeah.
And you know what, fellas? Like, we have 2 beers.
Yeah,
2.
man, we made it.
There's 4 of us. Because Jack doesn't count.
Yeah. No, I just mean we've got the Barnburner Blonde.
Best blonde in the city. Put my stamp on it.
Right? Got the blonde. And now the Pale Ale. I mean, we're not making any money. But we got a couple beers with our names on it, That's isn't that enough?
Sure is, Dean.
I feel like that's enough. There it is right there.
And somebody bought me dumplings the other day, which was great too.
I know. Now, it was dumplings and something. It was kind of a 2-banger there, wasn't it?
It was a double.
I got spring rolls,
different
too.
types of dumplings. Yeah.
I see. Yeah. Gotcha.
Spring rolls are good, man. Ooh.
Gotcha. Well, let's do some football picks.
Now, do we
Rhett's
have
on
the
a roll.
Do we have the updated standings, Jack? Are we rocking?
I don't have the graphic, but I can tell you exactly what they are.
Yeah, good.
It doesn't matter. You don't need to tell us, Jack.
Dean.
You know who's in last?
18-21.
Okay.
Jack, 26-13.
Oh, it's tidy.
Pinder, 22-16-1. And Rhett is 24-14-1.
Oh, you're right there, Retro.
Come right there now.
Oh, wow. He's within striking distance.
2 back, buddy.
Man, Retro.
Hey, Jack. You hearing those footsteps?
Yeah.
Are you hearing those knuckles dragging on the
I had a
pavement
couple
right
down
behind
weeks,
you?
and Rhett's right behind me now.
Rhett
Thought you
3-0
were from
yesterday.
Rhett too, though.
Tidy.
I wasn't feeling it when I left the studio yesterday.
No, it was 16 zip.
I just woke up.
And the Bears hadn't seen the ball.
Yeah. Well, Jack, I'm going to let you roll through whatever order as we do these. We do our football picks. Again, you can take Jack.
I want to put a stipulation in. I think today's game should be off the board for everyone other than Jack and I, because we got the pizza thing going.
You know the pizza?
Anyone take today's game?
I didn't.
No.
I did not.
So we're good. Jack, you lost. You tell me who you want.
What's a big number for the Chiefs? This is a tough spot. They've not been covering big numbers very well.
Yeah, I don't. What is it? 13 and a half?
13?
14?
See if it's moved.
Look.
I'll take a look. See.
Go to the old bet 3-6.
13 and a half.
13 and a half.
Chiefs at home.
And Rhett, I will take the Chiefs minus 13 and a half.
Oh, he's gonna
that help. That pleases me in many ways.
Good.
I like the points, and I can't stand the Chiefs. They're a big Bills rival, in case you didn't know.
You get to do it all. You get to cheer against the Chiefs and get all those points.
And eat pizza no matter what.
That is true. It's a win-win-win.
Yeah, it really is.
Three-dimensional victory.
I was going to say the other day, because pizza got brought in, because Jack lost, and it was but you ordered the pizza. You kind of brought it in, even though you won. Is that how it worked?
I think it will just.
You love
tradition continues.
You know what's going to happen? Jack's going to win this one, and then it'll be Evie Stevie.
It's a tradition as old as time. Yeah. All right, let's do it for Bet365, the world's largest sports betting platform, official gaming partner of Barn Burner and Afterburner. There's your promo code Nation. If you have not already, when you sign up, get a new account going, download the app, use that promo code.
Oh yeah,
a little extra love. Whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365.
First game, Tampa Bay traveling.
Who's this?
Jack's leading.
Jack
goes
this
first.
is me.
All right.
Panthers looked pretty good last week against the Chiefs. They covered that big spread, but I like the Bucks and I like their offense with Mike Evans back. They beat the Giants 30-7. I'll take them -6 on the road. Commanders are struggling. They need a big game here. Tennessee coming to town, -6 at home. They've lost 3 in a row since starting 7-2.
It's been tough, man.
It's been tough sledding, but I think they're still a good football club. They get right here. And then LA traveling to Atlanta. Atlanta's been bad as well. They've lost a couple in a row. Chargers, Falcons, basically a coin flip. Atlanta coming off a bye. I think they get right and win this game at home.
Atlanta, I don't like that. My team.
Atlanta has screwed me so often this year.
Yeah, I stay away now. Buccaneers, road favorite. I like that. I'm with you.
Look, didn't you make a ton on them last Sunday? You just kept saying yep to the Bucks as they destroyed the Giants. Yeah. Okay, Rhett's up. He's in second. Let's walk through Rhett's picks here.
How do you feel about these picks?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Well, I feel great. The Bills had a bye week. The Niners have been average.
Yeah.
So I got to take the Bills because I'm a true fan, unlike you skids. I'm with Jack. Commanders have to get right at some point, and I feel the same way about the Texans. They're going to get rolling again. And Jacksonville's hot dog shirt.
Now, knowing that Jack also has the Commanders.
It's okay. I can chip away.
Does it? Okay.
He's got all the mo right now. A lot of games left, and he's got lots.
I just got to make up 2. So if we push on the Commanders and I get the other 2, and it's all right. We're good.
All right. I like that.
Okay. I'm in third. I also have the Commanders game, but I'm going the other way. They just haven't looked right, fellas. All of a sudden, Jaden Daniels, who was minus 3,500 at one point to win Rookie of the Year, Bo Nix is breathing down his neck. They've not taken care of business. They've looked young. I'm taking the Titans +6. They've actually been surprisingly passable of late. I love the Texans to beat the Jaguars. I know Trevor Lawrence is back, but CJ Stroud in that offense, they've got their top receiver back in Nico Collins. I think they blow the doors off the Jags, and I love the Eagles getting points. You guys have watched the Eagles the last 2 months? They're getting points. Okay, yeah, done. Baltimore, you can even win if you want, but I'll take the 3 points in the Eagles.
That's, you know what? Those are some bold picks.
I don't think the Eagles are that bold. What you talking?
I worry about Jacksonville giving away 4 on the road for the Texans. Stroud has been okay.
Did they not get right last
week?
week?
I'm not the guy to talk to about this, obviously.
No, but I like this feedback. This is good. They're my picks. I'm not changing them, but I do like hearing your opinion.
And yeah, the Titans, man.
They lost to the Titans last week, grind the Texans.
So that's the Titans getting right. Yeah. No, honestly, the Jags been awful. Screw them.
They're coming off a bye. Lawrence is back.
Yeah.
Perfect. That's
Division
exactly
game
where they let people down.
And that Eagles, that should be a great game.
That's a great game.
Also, yeah, okay.
What's that? You had a different tone there.
Might be a line change there.
No.
Like they throttled the Cowboys 34-10 2 weeks ago to the Texans, but the Cowboys are brutal.
Yeah.
I don't know which Houston team. I'm betting on the good one. I like Stroud.
There you go.
Get right, baby.
I'm dead last. I'm terrible. I'm awful. You know what I'm doing? It's Thanksgiving. Everybody's feeling thankful.
Oh, Dean, look at this.
I'm taking all my buddies. I'm taking the Chargers giving away
Worked
a point
for
on
me.
the road. I got the Steelers in Cincinnati getting 3. And I got the Buffalo Bills at home against the 49ers.
They're already partying in Buffalo. Let's
That's right.
go.
Do you see what they're doing outside? It was Thursday. They're already getting into it. Chargers, Steelers, Bills across the board. It's about the buddies on Thanksgiving weekend.
I did look hard at Bills and Steelers. I like both those numbers. I really do. I think those are good spots for our boys.
I think the Niners are. I think they're cooked.
They're cooked, man.
They keep
Tough
waiting. Oh, this
schedule.
week they got to turn it around. This is a must-win for the Niners. It's not their year.
Brock Purdy threw one pass on Wednesday at practice.
Yeah. And the Bills
Damn
the Bills aren't messing around.
No, and you got obviously a lot of the tentacles in Buffalo. How bad's the weather? Like, are we going to get 2 feet of snow, like volunteer people shoveling out the stadium?
18 inches tonight.
Oh, $20.
Oh, I love it.
How much do we get an hour to go there and shovel? $20?
20,
Yeah, 29
$25.
That's great, though.
And I mean, you'd be there anyway.
Yeah.
Because you're partying.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're tailgating since Wednesday night there, why not go shovel for a few hours and then get back to your RV and start drinking again?
Lake effect snow warning from Saturday 7 a.m. Eastern until Sunday 7 p.m. Eastern. I think it is a night game, so it should be right around
36
kickoff.
hours of snow leading into that. That is awesome. I know sometimes the bad weather games don't work, but that's I love it. Yeah.
They're going to put a roof in that new one, right?
Yeah.
Stadium?
Mm-hmm.
No, it makes sense because it snows.
Well,
a lot.
all that snow because the lake effect snow.
Yeah. It's there all the time.
Yeah,
it's a lot.
And if it's not that it's blistering cold.
2 feet in most, yeah.
2 feet of snow.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
And it's not that dry, powdery snow. I can
No,
tell you that
I
right
mean,
now.
slop. Yeah.
It's just like a wet bed sheet.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Soak a carpet and then just lay under it. 'Cause
Yeah. For 3 hours outside.
Yeah.
One of those old shag rugs from the 80s. Yeah.
Yeah. Just huddle it around yourself and then sit.
Oh. Brett would have paid up for those under the
Look at
covered
that blue. That's blue.
It's a lot of blue there. Yep.
That's moving in. Look out. It's coming.
Love it.
It's the brown liquor moving into Rhett's December. It's coming.
Survival instincts kicking in with the brown liquor. So game today, game tomorrow. Rhett, you said a passable. You'd be happy with a 5-point road trip. They need a win today in Columbus and a win tomorrow against the Penguins.
Pinder's got me all wound up because the Columbus can score. I'm not worried about Pittsburgh. They're going to rattle off the odd win here and now and again, the Penguins, but Columbus, I'm worried about. There's emotion to this game. And Columbus is not going to, it's no tap in.
Agreed.
Now, I like Wolf. I think he'll be good. He's going to have to keep him in it. At some point, the hockey gods will bless the Flames with 3+ goals.
Maybe even as soon as today.
The Blue Jackets, and maybe you talked about this earlier, Ryan, but they've played 2 fewer games than the Flames and have 11 more goals. 4.
Yeah. Now here's the thing. Columbus, not great at stopping the pucks from going in their own net. They are 4th worst in the NHL in terms of stopping pucks.
Yeah.
So there's if there is a game where the Flames could break through, the stats would say maybe it's today.
7-3-1 on home ice are the Blue Jackets.
3-0-1 in their last 4. Feeling good.
5-2 Flames.
Woo! Really?
And I'm very sheepish about this game.
Yeah.
Sounds confident.
5-2 sheepish win. Got it.
Yeah. Zach Werenski, 12 points in his last 6 games.
Oh my goodness, 12-6. You're a D man. Settle down.
You're a diva.
Kirill Marchenko, 20 points in 21 games. There'll be some fantasy hockey people out there. Will be like, yeah, I know, and loving every minute because they probably got him off waivers. Monahan, 20 in 21 games. He's got 7 goals.
I'm so happy for him. That's awesome.
It is. Yeah.
Been a great year.
Playing 19 a night, 52.2 in the face-off dot, getting points, playing well.
What's the Monahan anytime
coaching?
I don't know.
Everson was good in Minnesota.
When did Minnesota get their heads out of the sand?
Right when he showed up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Monahan anytime goal plus 260 on Bet365.
I'm just looking here. When the opponent scores first, so if the Flames can get the first goal, the Blue Jackets 1-6-1 when going down with the first goal.
Makes sense.
How do you beat these guys? That's kind of what we're looking here.
You got to outscore them.
Oh,
yeah, more goals for sure is good. For sure.
And Rhett, that exact score. See if I can find this.
Their power play is worse than the Flames. They have the 21st ranked peak power play. Flames are up to 17 now. How about that? Their penalty kill is better. Flames 28th PK.
Seems odd with good goaltending and
unacceptable, Rhett. Right?
You got a guy just south on living on a lake. Love to come in and talk to you about it.
Living on a lake. Love to tell you about it.
It's not a song.
What?
Sounds like
it's not a song.
Are you sure?
Living on a lake is definitely not a song.
I swore I just heard it.
Yeah, Blue Jackets. So they lost in overtime to Montreal. They beat Carolina and Tampa and Boston in their 3 games prior.
Sneaky bastards.
Those are good teams, man.
Some very good teams. 7 of a possible 8 points their last 4. This ain't a walkover game.
Nope.
Busy Wolf.
How?
Who? He doesn't get it until he wins.
Oh,
okay. Well, I like that. I like
earn
it.
your woos.
Yeah, you got to earn it. We're not just throwing woos
Hasn't
around
even
here.
played since Monday. I'm with Boom on this one.
Yeah.
Yep.
Living on a lake. That song's going to be in my head all weekend now.
So
earworm. That
turn
one.
it up.
What a hook.
That'll do it.
See ya, buddies.